What is up, guys? Matthew here, and welcome back to our FIFA 21 career mode here with the mighty Boro. And today we continue the Premier League season and hopefully get a lot more done on the pitch, as we've had a dramatic and tough few episodes off the pitch with, of course, everything that's happened in Season 3 so far. And I'll just ask you guys to check out the new playlist for Season 3 if you've missed anything. You're only 2 episodes behind. But yeah, we've had a tough start to the season off the pitch with the budget we've been given, the players we've tried to sign, the players we've been unable to sign, and the targets we've had to settle for, and even the players we've sort of settled for weren't our number one, and yet we've still had to sell some of our best players to get even them, being Tavernier, Balassi, etc. But I feel like we've done a decent job. The one player I am gutted we didn't have enough money to get in the end was the goalkeeper. But, it's one of them things we had to cover in a number of attacking areas. And we just have to hope that the defence we put together is going to be good enough. So, yeah, it's not ideal. I wouldn't call how the season has started to be ideal so far. It's not been ideal in the league either. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat so far, as you can see. So yeah, we just need to catch fire, and I'm hoping if we can take our mind off what's happened off the pitch. Forget that now, that's gone. Nothing we can do about that. This is the squad we've got. Obviously, if any crazy offers for any big players come in before the deadline, something could happen. We have still got 2 games to play before we have deadline day. We'll finish the season away at Manchester City. But, yeah, unless a massive bid comes in for one of our best players, I can't see anything happening too drastically. But we have got some players who are absolutely incredible. Patrick Roberts' value has gone up to over 50 million. 50 million! That is ridiculous. So, I mean, if a club came in and basically said, we'll give you 50 million for Patrick Roberts, how could we ever turn that down? So, things could happen. But let's just concentrate on the cup and the league and on-pitch matters as opposed to what's happened off the pitch. And we're going to start by, well, again, like last season, we wanted to make the most of the cups. I feel like we need to do that again this season to give us the best chance of achieving our goal, which is to get European football. So, yeah, doing well, and hopefully maybe winning the Carabao Cup would definitely be a good way of doing that. So the joys of having a little bit more depth in certain areas means that we can move the squad around for cup games, and it doesn't really affect us too much, and that's what we've been able to do. So now we've been able to swap out both Ben Gibson and Tanganga, who are both not 100% fit, and bring in Dale Fry and I keep saying young Jargo Mackinnon. This is his 3rd season with us, and he's developing quite nicely. So, yeah, him and Fry will be alongside one another in defence. It's Fry's first game since he had that ACL injury, so it's great to see him back and captaining the sides. Coulson and Spence, probably the 2 best fullbacks, or the 2 best young fullbacks in the Premier League, will continue to play. They are both fit once again. Morsey will come in alongside Bellingham, who I want to keep playing, keep getting that potential up, keep getting him developing, and hopefully, find what the best way of playing him is, as he's not had the best start so far. Julian Draxler makes his first start for the club in the centre of attack. We've had him on the left, we've had him in CM. Today I'm going to try him is a calm. Lingard will come in on loan and will move out to the left. Hudson-Odoi will mostly start. He's on the right, and Origi is up front. On the bench, we've got a pretty strong bench, although I have gave Gabriel Banks a chance on the bench, as same with Nathan Wills, who was outstanding in pre-season. So, yeah, Watford, of course, a team who have been relegated from the Premier League, so it's a team that we should hopefully get the better of. Mackinnon, Watford are a team we've played in every single season so far. They come up to the Premier League with us, obviously then got relegated last season, and come up against us in the Cup already. But a home debut for quite a lot of our new players, so yeah, it's going to be good to see how they get on, as we are still very much trying to find our best 11. Here is Julian Draxler making his Riverside debut, trying to get some space on the outside of the area. Watford have got plenty of men behind the ball. Very patient build up this. It comes out to Jude Bellingham. He's made a good turn and he shoots with his left. But it is straight at the goalkeeper. But a good patient start to us there as that goal kick is straight out to Julian Draxler, who tries to find his way through and can't quite get there. But what a turn that is from Passetto. He's turned the midfield and played through Islam and Nassar straight away. What a save from Bettinelli. Incredible save. As, well, Passetto made an unbelievable turn. Well, who says we need a new goalkeeper? Bettinelli's just pulled out an absolutely unbelievable save. Here is Daryl Janmat on the right. Plays it inside. Lassar stood up by Morsey. Still stood up by Morsey, who has read the situation really well. Not once, but twice. Morsey's probably our best midfielder at the moment. I honestly do think he's the most informed midfielder we have, and he's played in Julian Draxler. Has Hudson-Odoi. Draxler in the box. And Draxler forces a good save out of the goalkeeper. Very strong right hand to keep that one out. Draxler with a corner. Looks for Origi. Comes down to Lingard. Comes out to Draxler. He tries to shoot and that's blocked as well. The clearance is only as far as Origi. And the referee has relieved the Watford pressure and gave them a free kick. What a ball that is. Out to Messina. Absolutely great ball. Headed on to Will Hughes. Good football. This and another save from Bettinelli. As Watford played it around nicely on the edge of the area. Should do better there, the forward, to be fair. Straight at the keeper, who makes another save. Dale Fry with a very acrobatic clearance there, but it's only as far as Will Hughes. And there is Sam Morsey again. Picks the ball up perfectly. Can Draxler get us going here with Hudson-Odoi? Hudson-Odoi. Draxler. Late run here. Jesse Lingard's in. And what a finish! Jesse Lingard is underway at the Boro. His first goal is a great finish. And it was set up by Draxler.
Well, here's the replay. It's a lovely time pass.
One signing to the other.
And he had choices of what type of...
And that's a great finish from Lingard.
He goes for the smash. Lovely.
Chests it. Kicks it up with his left. And then boots it with his right. And he is off the mark in Boro colours. And what a good goal to get yourself started with.
Over it comes.
Hughes. Good corner again. It's not quite cleared. Good block from Mackinnon.
No danger now.
Clearance is flicked on
Can they hit on...
by Hudson-Odoi. Draxler plays in. Divock Origi, who's in behind. William Saliba's got so much pace, but he's not going to catch Origi. And Origi makes it 2.
Well, here's the replay. Super fast counter-attack football at its best. And he chooses to use power in the finish. Not much chance for the keeper when it's hit that hard.
Second assist for Draxler. Origi, well, he's quick, but Saliba looked quicker. Obviously, we went in for him in the summer and just couldn't quite afford him. I think Watford were wanting 34 million for him, and I'll be very surprised if he stays in the Championship. A player we did look at a long time ago and maybe should have got at the very beginning of the career mode, but nevertheless, couldn't catch Origi, and it's 2-0. Messina, good football this by Watford as Tom Cleverley is in, and Mackinnon puts his body in the way of that. Cleverley tried to play some quick feet there, but it didn't fool Mackinnon, who had his body in the right place. So a third corner for Watford right on the stroke at half-time. It looks like another good one, but not for the first time. They cannot convert when they find a man. They've done really well from the corners, as in finding someone in the box, but they've had 2 or 3 headers now which have went absolutely flying over the bar. Morsey, not for the first time, with a huge interception. Getting us going here as Origi plays it over the top. And Jesse Lingard's in already here for a potential third. And he makes it 3. What a debut. Oh, what a full debut it's been for Jesse Lingard. One of the probably least exciting signings that we've made. When you look at the others, he is only a 1-year loan, but you can't ask for a better start from him than this. Holds off the defender, still manages to finish. And what I've liked about Lingard so far is he's kept running inside. He's not just a winger, he's like an inside forward who keeps cutting in. Maybe it's the fact that he's sort of naturally a calm, he wants to cut into the centre of attack, but that's twice we've had joy from him doing that.
Beginning to run away with this.
And it's 3-0. Watford have gave it away again. Bellingham now running through the middle. Hudson-Odoi. Spence has made a fantastic run. He's got Origi. He's got Morsey even in the box. Morsey he's just doing what he wants at this point. Sam Morsey. He plays where he wants. Tackles who he wants. Dale Fry on the cover. Hughes over the top. Janmat chests it down. Will Hughes has got a little bit of room to run into here. Plenty of white shirts overlapping. Spencer's been caught in field. And that gave the room to Tom Cleverley, I think it is. And that was all down to Spence. Cutting inside and leaving the door open, really.
Well, here it is again. The through ball is perfectly timed.
Yeah, he just cut inside behind Mackinnon. He didn't have to do that, Spence.
It's an accomplished finish.
There was absolutely no need for him to vacate all that space, and then it was easy chance for Cleverley. It's a good job we've got 3 goals in the bank, because it's 3-1 now. Oh, Origi's nicked it off their defender. Divock Origi stole it off their defender. He's squared it to Draxler, who makes it 3. Or makes it 4, sorry. And that mistake will cost Watford any chance of a comeback.
Well, all the players have bought into the coach's vision of how.
Good play from Origi. The angle was tight. We could have took it on with him, but want to see Draxler get his goal. And it's been a good cup run for 2 of the debutants.
Coach must be delighted.
Lingard with 2, Draxler with 1. And it's not bad when you can take Draxler off, bring on Patrick Roberts. Danny Ings comes on. And young Nathan Wills makes his full Middlesbrough debut.
Well, if there were any.
Coulson.
Jude Bellingham.
Lingard to Bellingham. Bellingham has played through Danny Ings here, and Ings could add himself to the score sheet. Oh, he's hit the post. Almost made it 5. As Bellingham almost got an assist for himself there. Ings will be disappointed. As there's Sam Morsey again. He's actually won us a throw-in. Mackinnon really strong in the air.
Jesse Lingard.
Morsey plays it to Lingard. Beats his man. Bellingham beats his. Jude Bellingham. Crossing towards Wills. And Watford get it away as they're looking to get upfield and nick a consolation goal here. They're absolutely piling men forward. Coulson blocks the attempted cross. They do get a second one in.
Well cleared away.
Oh, and that shot has ended up being quite a good pass, but dealt with by the defenders, and
Robert.
Wills finds Roberts. And now suddenly we've got red shirts in abundance forward as Lingard couldn't quite latch onto that, but it doesn't matter as we've had a very, very satisfying cup win. 4-1 at home, and it could have been more.
Done though, but not too much trouble seeing that bunch off. Onward they go.
Yeah, really satisfying win, that one. Mostly because a lot of the guys who've come in played really well. Lingard had a great game. Draxler had a great game. Bellingham had his best game so far. And Lingard has been in the office and ready to do whatever's necessary to make us successful, and happy to play as a left winger, which is, well, great for me because obviously we know Roberts would be the first choice in terms of the centre attacking of midfield. But the cup's mean a lot to us, as you know, with what we're currently trying to achieve. So getting into the next round is really important. And we'll see who we get next. But it's back to duty in the Premier League now, as we now host Burnley at home, who I think have had a very good start to the season. They have. They're 6th. 2 wins, 1 defeat. So a decent start for Burnley. But yeah, let's hope our, some really strong, good league form can start here. So we've got some. Oh God, I mentioned what would happen if a transfer offer could come in for Patrick Roberts, and a transfer offer has come in for Patrick Roberts. We'll deal with that in a second. So anyway, a couple of players have gone out on international duty. I don't normally ever bother with mentioning this, but Rigi's gone to Belgium, Morsey, Egypt, McNair, Northern Ireland. That's great. But look, this is a proud moment for me as a manager, right? Jargo Makinen, who we brought through our academy from a 15-year-old at the very beginning of season 1. We've brought him in, and he's finally got his first cap for Finland. I feel like a proud dad. I really do. Anyway, jumping that second email, we do have an email just as if Samuel Follerin has agreed his 2-year loan deal to go to SCR Altash, who will obviously loan him for 2 seasons, and then he will join them permanently, I do believe. And Manchester United have made an offer for Patrick Roberts. Oh my days. I just said at the start of the episode, what if an offer came in for him? Now, albeit the offer from Man United, to be fair, is a pretty crap one. Yes, it's 57.5 million, and his value is only 50, but we are being advised to, we've been advised to go from between 75 and 110 million. 110 million pounds. Now, there's no denying that Patrick Roberts has been an incredible player for us. Since the very beginning of the career mode, he's become an 81 rated player, our highest valued player. But we've just seen, we've got Draxler. Lingard can play there. It's not like we'd be crippled without him. He is, of course, an unbelievable player. He's key to our team. But just think, if we can get anywhere between 75 and 110 million, imagine the player we could bring in to replace him. So I'm not gonna outright reject this offer, but I am gonna, reverse and reply with a number within that bracket. And it might be a number that might cause United to just absolutely walk out the meeting. And if they do that, that's absolutely fine. But for a club like us, if we could get anything towards £90 million for Patrick Roberts, what that would do for the club would be absolutely huge. So they want to pay 57.5 million. His value is less than that, obviously, but we've been advised his age, his potential. It's a lot more than that. So we need. We've been said it can go up to 110 million. Do we go with 110 million? I feel like they would just completely walk out if we suggested that, but that's sort of where we're looking. We could go sort of in between that, and we could. I cannot believe we are Middlesbrough Football Club are putting this price on a footballer. Just going off what I've been told, smack bang in the middle of that bracket is 95 million. So I'm stuck because they could walk out, but they could also turn around and say, yeah, we'll do it. And then suddenly we could have went for 100. So I guess we're best just going that little bit higher to start off with. I cannot believe it, but I'm asking Manchester United for £100 million for Patrick Roberts. That's double what they've offered. He's going to walk. He's going to walk, isn't he? He hasn't walked, but he's not budged. They've added a 3% sell-on clause. You cheapskates. Really? Seriously, Man United? Are you really going to... I wonder if we can stall it and see if a bigger offer comes in or a bigger club comes in. Tries to hijack the deal. Maybe. We'll counter it one more time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and be clever, and if they... I mean, I can't see them getting anywhere near this because they've not even budged. I think we'll stall this. If they don't accept this, we're going to stall the offer, and we're going to see what happens, because at the same time, there could be a player swap that we could... Yeah, they're not willing to pay any more than 57.5 million. I mean, it's great. We could happily take that, but I'm going to stall and say we're going to think about it and come back to them, because a bigger club could come in. And I'm also going to have a quick look at Man United's squad to see if there's anyone we could maybe look at as a potential swap if we need to. So I've had a quick look at the Manchester United squad. There's no one there who I believe is realistic for us to, to both swap. And I think it would be better for us if we somehow do get money for him. I can't see it coming from Man United anyway, and I think it would be better if we could spend it ourselves. I know on FIFA before, I've seen it happen before, when an offer comes in for a player, it's sort of, I think it kind of sparks interest in other teams coming as well. So... we'll see what happens with deadline day fast approaching. But for the time being, there has been no more offers. So we're going to keep an eye on that before the end of the window. But enough of the off-field stuff. As we've said, let's get to the team sheet ahead of this game at home to Burnley. So the team then for the Burnley game is a mix of... the good team, the good players, the good performances from the last game, and our strongest lineup. So the back four is back to normal. Obviously, it was a very good performance from Mackinnon and Fry, but Gibson and Tanganga come back in. Morsey he's been incredible so far this season, so he keeps his place. Bellingham also did well and will keep his. Roberts is back in. We might as well put him in the shop window at this rate. See what happens. See who else comes in for him. Him and Hudson-Odoi are complete, starters without doubt. But Jesse Lingard, I think, earned himself a start on the left. Origi keeps his place up front. Origi, could have just kept hold of that a second later. We could have played through Bellingham. But we did beat Burnley comfortably here at the end of last season. Not that that means anything, of course, but I think it is worth mentioning. But Burnley have started well this season, it has to be said. And Chris Wood is already putting Gibson under pressure. Coulson turns on the afterburners here as he's running through the centre of midfield. Jesse Lingard now cutting inside like he did in the last game. Finds Patrick Roberts. He finds Divock Origi. And that is wonderful football. Absolutely wonderful football from us once again. And we do look in great form going forward at the moment.
Here's the replay. He's done really
Lingard
well.
in the middle of it again, finds Roberts, he
And
finds
the dream of a
Origi,
strike. Lovely language.
who should be finishing them every day of the week.
Well, he's every right to be angry. The players are not executing his game plan today.
Perfect start for us here, 7 minutes in, and Origi continues his great form and puts us in the lead.
Good movement.
Well, McNeil is their number one source of attack. They keep looking for him on this left-hand side.
Can he play it in?
Spence isn't helping himself by constantly
Well, they're moving the ball neatly enough.
getting caught forward, and they are just
Foiling.
utilising McNeil and putting ball after ball into the box. Here they go again. Coulson's having to come across as it's headed down,
The
and
ball, and he did.
Gibbo had to get that. Comes out to Roberts.
Well, he played that one really well.
And I tell you what, this could be an absolutely unbelievable ball if Hudson-Odoi can keep it in.
Possibilities inside the ball.
He can keep it in, but the ball is a poor one. There's no one there.
Really bright-looking attack.
Falls back to Roberts. Great feet from him, but the shot is saved.
A creative look about this.
Chris Wood. Coulson's on the cover there.
An end to that attack.
Good covering from him, although the clearance headed back in as I think Burnley might have an injury there. Someone's gone down in the middle.
Played it superbly.
Tanganga read that really well. Bellingham now does well, gets Lingard away here, and there's absolutely acres of space in behind here. Jesse Lingard is in, and Jesse Lingard makes it 2.
All going so swimmingly for them here.
3 goals in 2 games for Lingard.
Avoiding any silly.
I don't know if that gap at the back was down to whoever went down for Burnley. I'm not too sure.
Football on the break. Surprise is the key.
But we were aware once Bellingham released Lingard,
Back of the net. Smashing.
and another composed finish from him. Right into the bottom corner.
Well, no wonder he's delighted. That
And we needed that goal. That's a big goal for us.
Sam Morsey here. Gibson now.
Gibbo plays it into a space where Coulson runs into.
Roberts.
He plays it into Roberts.
And
Roberts plays it into Bellingham, and Bellingham plays it into Origi. And it's lovely build-up play, lovely football. Another one for Origi, and another assist for Bellingham.
Well, here it is again. The through ball is perfectly.
Roberts held it up,
Causes havoc.
and we're just passing round them, really.
The finish. Not much chance for the keeper when it's hit that hard.
Third goal should make sure of the victory now, and a very good performance at home once again.
so the game continues. It's been a Boro masterclass, and it's a matter of how many you just feel. Well, we always enjoy bringing you live action on EA.
Well, Origi beats him to the ball here, and Jude Bellingham is having an absolutely unbelievable game here. This is what we wanted to see from the young man, and he makes it 4! Absolutely incredible. And we might have just seen the arrival of Jude Bellingham. That burst of pace in midfield is proving to be really effective. Great combination between him and Origi.
And bang, he goes for the smash. Lovely goal.
I think he's finally arrived at the Riverside.
Eye on the wall in that dressing room. If it stays like this, Derek, he's not happy. Just look at him.
And that's 4-0. And Bellingham's first for the Boro.
Well, it's been such a one-sided game. You just... Lato. McNeil. And scope for them to produce something exciting. Well, he stopped them in their tracks.
Morsey is just an absolute expert when it comes to pickpocketing in that midfield.
Robert.
And here we go again, forward with Roberts.
Position.
looking absolutely terrifying going forward. Roberts, Hudson-Odoi, it's saved. Lingard's there, but he's offside. He is offside. Could have been a fifth, but he was offside. Had a feeling he would be. The flag went up straight away. Well, Hudson-Odoi should score, to be fair. But yeah, every single one of the Boro players were about 10 yards offside.
Well, they've been getting the substitute ready. Andres
Silva. And it's Gibbo who gets the foot in this time. Marcy plays out Hudson-Odoi. He's only really got Origi to aim for, and it's Origi who he will look for. And Origi finds the bottom corner. And I think that is his hat-trick. What a day for us this has been.
Well, here's the replay. Super fast counter-attack football at its best. And I bet
Hudson-Odoi only had one man to pick out, and he found that exact man, and what a deft little flick into the far corner from Origi. He really is good in the air, but you can't get a more accurate header than that.
Well, his players have followed his every command and some. The coach must be delighted.
Not a bad 3 replacements.
Murphy.
Bellingham to Murphy. Finds Spence. I mean, look at Danny Ings. He's got the entire pitch to himself. And Burnley's defence has fell to pieces. There's gaps absolutely everywhere. I mean, look at that space in the middle there. I think Burnley's heads have well and truly dropped. It's too easy. And Ings comes on and gets a goal himself.
Well, it's turning into a real shocker. This is the very reason, Derek, I'm not a manager.
Origi has 5 for the season. Ings has 3. They've both started unbelievably. And this has been possibly the biggest win for us yet. 6-0. Burnley again are looking for that over the top.
So a throw in here.
Through ball at one of their wingers, but they're just not really coming off for them. Marcy pinging it. Coulson beats his man. And plays in Julian Draxler. We could get Draxler in on the score sheet here. Draxler, he's completely outpaced them as well. And well, it was a good block in all fairness. As Draxler fancied one for himself. Yeah, you can see there, number 14 there, that centre-back. He's holding his shoulder. He was the one who went down earlier. It might have been for our 3rd goal. And they've left him on.
And only 2 minutes remaining here.
And I think that could be a big reason as to why we've found so much space. And we've been able to get the goals as easily as we have. I think Burnley have had an injury. They've just not replaced.
And the ruling is offside here.
Chris Wood's offside there, but have Burnley been playing with pretty much 10 men for most of the second half? He's only just offside there, Chris Wood, to be fair. But, yeah, their centre-back's holding his shoulder. And Sean Dyche is probably just telling him to man up and stay on. But
Bellingham.
That might have something to do with it. Oh, trying to play one tough pass too many there is Sam Marcy, but
Possession changes hands, the interception there.
Tanganga just about cleans up.
Odoi.
Hudson-Odoi. Draxler. Danny Ings. Can he make it 7? Oh, did not catch that well. He'll be disappointed there, Danny Ings. Oh, I tried to finesse it, just didn't catch it. Could have been 7-0. But, yeah, the addition of the signings we've made going forward have certainly gave us a little bit more of an attacking edge. We look really good going forward. And I think we're about to record the biggest win of the career mode so far. It's Middlesbrough 6, Burnley 0.
Well, it must be a dream as a striker to play in this.
And that means we go to Manchester City with a load of confidence, having played unbelievably well. Let's have a look at some of the match ratings. So Divock Origi got himself a 10. Bellingham had a 9.6. Lingard an 8.7. Some really strong ratings across the board. Not only was that a big win, it was also our first clean sheet, which we have to also mention. So then, that win puts us into the top 6. I know it's still early doors, but we are now going up against a team who've won 4 out of their first 4 games and are still, well, they are the only team who've scored more goals than us, which is quite incredible when you think about it. And we've just hit 6, and City are still the top scorers in the league after only 4 games. I'm not too sure what their scorelines have been so far. They beat Sheffield United 4-1. God knows who they've signed. Brighton 3-0. So, yeah, it's safe to say Liverpool 2-0. City looking pretty good. As for us, we're looking pretty good too. Part of me hopes that an offer might come in for Roberts before deadline day, just because that extra bit of cash could really, really help us, but we'll see what happens as deadline day fast approaches. So here we are then. Deadline day is here. Still nothing else regarding Patrick Roberts, so we'll keep our eye open. Have a quick whiz through the teams as we always do. So Arsenal have been quite active. They've bought Tarkowski from Burnley, which might explain why their defence has gone to crap. But they've also lost a lot of players as well. Pepe, Gabriel and Torreira have gone. 3 huge players for them. Aston Villa have spent 73 million. They've really brought in the players, but they've sold Martinez. They've sold John McGinn. Brighton, they've spent 40 million. They've sold 56 million, including Ben White. A lot of money in this window. Even Burnley have spent 51 million. Good grief. Are they feeling all right? Gee whiz. They've also sold Nick Pope and Tarkowski. Chelsea have splashed the cash, but they've also sold Abraham, Tomori, Christensen, Alonso and Emerson. Everton have had a quiet window compared to everyone else. I'm not too sure who they've bought. Everton brought in 3 players, sold 2 for 64 million. Fulham, relatively quiet. Same for Leicester. They've only brought in 2 players. Liverpool haven't actually done that much. They've brought in Silva, Mara and Ruiz, but have sold, of course, Origi to us and Wilson. Let's see what City have done. So they've brought in Benjamin Pavard from Bayern Munich. And that's it, really. They've also let Rodri go. Man United have splashed it. They've brought in Kenny, Firpo and Lenglet. Got rid of Dalot and Jones. We've been quite active. Spent 48 million so far. Made up 10 million from Tavernier and Balassi, of course, Newcastle. They've brought in, that might be, what's his name? Wilson. Used to play for Derby. I've got his first name now. Was at Liverpool. They've brought him in. Let Almiron and Lascelles go. Sheffield United made 32. They've sold for who have they sold for 93 million at Sheffield United? Bloody hell. Southampton have spent 73 million. Alvaro Morata, Marcus Alonso, they've sold Lamina. And Tottenham have spent 204 million. The Premier League champions splashing it. Witzel and Rodri. My God, they're going to be good this year. And they've sold Ali and Ben Davies. West Brom. Oh, have they signed Depena? It's not Carlos Depena, is it? Borough fans will be in shock. West Ham, 66 million. They've bought John McGinn. And Wolves have signed Tomori. That might be Max Aarons, who we were looking at. And they've made 60 million as well. So, wow, lots going on. Let's cycle through deadline day and see if anything happens. So, in the first hour, we have an email. And it is that Manchester United have withdrawn their offer for Patrick Roberts. We, of course, stalled it. I'm not going to lie. you know, I know a lot of you guys will probably be thinking, Matthew, you could have took 57 million right there, and God knows what you could have done with it. But I think he's worth so much more, and we could get even more money out of him, and we still might, depending on what happens throughout the rest of deadline day. So 6 hours to go. Another email has come in, and well, it's an offer for Jacob Murphy. He's an important part of the squad. Decent offer from Levante. It is right within that sort of bracket, but we will reject that and move on. So within the next hour, we've got another email. Lots of activity. A loan offer for Nathan Wills has come in. It's a loan to buy. I've got big hopes for this kid. So, in fact, part of me is wanting to actually keep him here and give him plenty of game time. So, I might even reconsider loaning him full stop. So we're into the last 2 hours now. I think it'll be too late for anything drastic to happen. Doesn't look like anybody else will be leaving on deadline day, as the clock does strike 11 p.m. and the window does shut. There was a ginormous £1 billion spent on deadline day, but Patrick Roberts remains a Boro player, and we are better for keeping him. And I think we can keep him, keep developing him. His worth is just going to go up and up and up. And if he can hit 82 rated, if he can hit, even 83 rated, I mean, his value is just getting higher and higher every time we look. So, yeah, we've not sold him now. We could have panicked and took the money because it was there, but we're holding on to him, assuming that a bigger offer will come in further down the line. But that is deadline day, and that thankfully is the transfer window done. We can now 110% focus on the league, and we're going to have to focus big time because next up, it's Manchester City. I know there's been quite a lot of comments from Josh, a subscriber and big Liverpool fan, telling me to sign Curtis Jones. So I scouted him just for you, and I'm sorry to say, mate, he's only 70 rated, which I'm shocked by. I honestly thought it'd be a lot higher than that. I thought 21, he'll, got a lot of potential developed, but no. Unfortunately, we won't be considering Curtis Jones as he's only 70 rated, which I think is a bit insulting to him as a player. But thought I'd just show you that anyway. I know you've been dropping me comments. So, let's do it then. Let's head to the league leaders who've won 4 out of 4 and get to the team sheet for the game away to Manchester City. Well, they say don't change a winning team, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I was tempted to tweak a few things because we are playing a Manchester City side who look absolutely unbelievable. But listen, these players absolutely battered Burnley. They look good. They're playing well. I just think it would be a negative and unnecessary thing to change it up. So we're going with exactly the same team that started and beat Burnley at home. And you look at that Manchester City lineup. My God. Edison, Mendy, Laporte, Diaz, Cancelo. They've got Milinkovic-Savic in behind Herrera and Verratti. And then they've got Sterling, Silva and Aguero as the front three. God knows what the bench is going to look like. This is going to be tough. Let's see what we can do. Sterling already trying to tiptoe his way through. That was intercepted, and already our game plan is to try and counter-attack Manchester City and try and take any chance we can. And Hudson-Odoi has got us up the pitch. Spence. Ball over the top towards Lingard. It wasn't a bad ball either.
Well, excitement levels have been high. That probably goes without saying. But Marco Verratti making his debut here today. Lee, what might we see from him?
Well, he'll have to hit the ground running, that's for sure. The central midfield area is no place for the faint-hearted.
Here's Cancelo. He's really far forward as the City full-back, and that's going to be where we're going to have to try and make the most of City's attack, and that's when we turn them over and counter-attack. Their fullbacks will come forward, will leave space in behind. Coulson and Spence have a big job on their hands today.
Playing it short.
Lingard does well to get a touch on that.
Herrera.
Finds its way back to Herrera. Bellingham, though,
Defending.
pickpockets him on the edge of the City box. Oh, tries to get a pass off. In fact, it was probably better that he was interrupted because that's allowed him to just take that extra second. And, well, Jesse Lingard might as well go all the way here. He's into the City area and forces a save from Edison. The shot was straight at him, but that's what I mean. Counter-attack down the wings. Could be effective. Good ball over the top, though. Sterling is away on this left-hand side. And I don't think Morsey's going to catch him. Raheem Sterling, what a save from Bettinelli. He is quick. He is so quick, Sterling. I thought we'd catch him, but we didn't. But Bellingham has turned them over here. Finds Jesse Lingard. Origi's at the back post. And we almost got in behind them again.
Verratti. Now a potentially dangerous position.
Lingard, great tackle.
Just like that, they've lost possession.
Origi, and look at the room in behind for Hudson-Odoi. If there's one man we want in behind, it's him. He's too quick for Mendy, and he puts us in the lead. An unlikely lead here at the Etihad. And it's the Boro who've turned City over and lead the league leaders.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a lovely quick counter-attack that sets up the...
I don't think anybody else would have been able to get in behind and stay so far ahead of the City fullbacks because they're quick. But if there's one man who is unstoppable and uncatchable in that situation, it's Hudson-Odoi. And it all came from Lingard winning the ball on the left. The counter-attack tactic is working a treat so far. And we do lead. Milinkovic-Savic does just get it beyond Bellingham. Verratti plays it out to Mendy, who is forward on the left. Morsey with a very good touch and tackle. And we have the wherewithal to play it out.
And breaking at pace with menace.
And Hudson-Odoi finds Morsey. And here is Patrick Roberts. Cuts inside. Roberts. Oh, we've just overrun it. Oh, that was a great opportunity. And we just overrun it. Just panicked in the final third there. What a chance that was.
Herrera. And Bernardo Silva has it.
Bernardo Silva. His mind was read by Coulson here, and now look at this. We're in behind again. City's defence is absolutely all over the place. And it's the Manchester United forward, Jesse Lingard, who doubles our lead against Manchester City. And we just keep catching them cold. Coulson read the ball. An instant first-time ball in behind. And I mentioned about our wingers. They're both causing absolute havoc. Lingard was under pressure, but he kept his nerve. And what a finish. And what a start to his Boro career. We're in dreamland. And we now lead by 2-0 on the brink of half-time. Cancelo, Aguero. Aguero, they are inside here. And the shot is straight at Bettinelli. That's the first time City have got in between the lines. But we are going to insist on being brave and passing through City because that's where we're getting all the joy in the world. And look at this. Origi has turned him. Jesse Lingard's in again. This is unbelievable. Their defence is an absolute mess. And Jesse Lingard in front of the Boro fans puts us 3-0 up. And, well, Diaz is playing Lingard onside. He's yards and yards behind his fellow defenders. And Jesse Lingard finishes again. And there's just something about him that really fits the way our team plays. We've got a natural winger on the right with Hudson-Odoi, who's good at beating people, putting balls in, and then Lingard isn't that type of player. He cuts inside. I mentioned he's like an inside forward. And then runs he keeps making in behind the defender. It's just giving us so many goal-scoring opportunities, and he keeps finishing them as well. Verratti to Sterling. Well, Sterling can't even get past Sam Morsey. The absolute rock that is Morsey. Who then wins us a free kick. A bit of skill there to beat Coulson. Bernardo Silva now on the right. Lingard though now doing his defensive duties well. Oh, and Origi's flicked that on. And Hudson-Odoi is in. This could be an unbelievable fourth. And it is. We're battering Manchester City. Absolutely battering them. It's the wingers. Hudson-Odoi this time. Great flick by Origi. And the space in behind is just, well, it's criminal. Absolutely criminal. And this is a scoreline we could only have dreamt of. Is this the way to beat Man City, a team who are so obsessed with possession and committing men forward and basically holding teams in their own final third? Or in their own defensive third, I should say. But we just keep nicking the ball, bravely passing through them, and just getting in behind time and time again. And I don't know how, that might be the second goal, I think, which has come from Lingard winning the ball on the left. And it finds its way to Hudson-Odoi on the right. City might be able to get themselves in. But no, Ben Gibson is in the way this time. And yeah, City have stopped pressing. They've stopped pressing us as we play the ball out.
He reacted fastest to a loose ball in the area and prodded the ball home via the post. 5 minutes remain. 1-1.
Alan McInally keeping us right up to date.
Beat the press again. Draxler. Paddy McNair is in here.
Well, they've given him too much space.
McNair. Origi. Well, it's a 5-star performance. We've hit City for 5. They pressed us. Bettinelli found Draxler, and from there it was 4-on-4. McNair did well to pick out Origi. Well, this has got to be up there with the best performance of the entire code. I mean, beating Burnley 6-0 felt good, but to come to the Etihad and put 5 past the unbeaten league leaders, the top scorers, a team who I think have only conceded 3 goals all season. This could be a day to remember. I feel like we've just, it's the perfect tactic to beat City. We've defended deep, we've not committed bodies. And Herrera's caught us out. That's the first time that's happened this far up the pitch. And they do get a goal. And that's a shame. Really wanted a clean sheet. And that's what can happen quite easily if you don't beat the City press. And that's the first time we've been caught out in our defensive third. That's what City wants. And it's a good finish. And I'm gutted we didn't. I'm gutted that we haven't got the clean sheet, and I think that says it all. We've come to the Etihad and we've ended up leaving gutted that we haven't got a clean sheet. Fernan Torres gets a goal back for City. There's hardly a murmur around the Etihad. We'll just pass the ball around back. There's 5 minutes of added time, and we're in absolutely no rush. Oh, well, Bettinelli, that distribution is absolutely shocking. But it doesn't matter. It's a famous win, and possibly the biggest yet in the career mode. We've beaten Manchester City away from home by 5 goals to 1. Well, who knows what could come of this Boro team now that performances are starting to come together. Ings is in the office. I'm not sure, why he's suddenly doubting his future. I know Origi's playing really well and he's definitely made that place his. But wow, 6-0 Burnley, 5-1 City. Unbelievable. And that puts us in 5th place after 5 games. Still early doors, but that's exactly where we want to be heading into another tough round of fixtures. As next time it doesn't get easier. We've got Man United at home. Palace is who we've got in the cup at home. And then Leicester City away. But yeah, unbelievable episode today. The best yet in terms of our performances. The goals we've scored. Our defence is starting to look solid. And going forward, we look absolutely unstoppable. Because that was against one of the best defences there is. So that is it for today's episode, guys. If you've enjoyed it, please do hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for much more FIFA 21 Manager Mode content. And yeah, let's see where the road to Europe takes us next. As after a shaky start, we're looking very, very good. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.